I'm walking up the mountain path, and this is the first time I'm heading to work here in, oh gosh, since the new year. And what else? Let's see. Oh yeah, I turned 30. I'm 30 years old as of yesterday. Yesterday was my birthday, and what I'm doing today is just going into work to take care of some paperwork. And yeah, I'll tell you what, like, I haven't been 30 for very long now, but it does feel different. Last night, I watched the movie. I watched It's a Wonderful Life, the 1946 film starring Jimmy Stewart as George Bailey. And, I mean, I think even people who haven't seen the film know the basic outline for the film. And I had kind of known about the film, the story arc, before I'd ever seen it. So, whenever I watched it last night, I'm not even sure that I had seen it. I don't know. If I did, I saw it a long time ago. But anyway, I'll just say this, like, the man has these high hopes, and then he has these high hopes, these plans for his life, and those things don't work out quite the way that he wants, and yeah, so, and things get especially troubling in one part, and then the third act is a little different than the rest of the film, but like, it might have some third act problems, is what I'm saying. But even that being said, it is a good film, but it has a really melancholy subtext to it. So what I mean is that if you watch that film, you can kind of see that, like, he really does have a hard situation in his life. And this is a spoiler now, but even if like, he learns to be grateful for all the things that he has, he still has a difficult life. I mean, he's got 9 children. He makes, I think, $40 an hour. This is in 1946, so the value is different, but, oh, I'm sorry, I said $40 an hour. He makes $40 a week, and he has 9 children, and a wife who's a homemaker, and they have a pretty rough situation. Also, their home was a fixer-upper. It was this abandoned house for years, and they live in it, and apparently it's drafty. And there are so many things that constantly are in need of repair. So he and the wife are always repairing that old house. So they're investing a lot of money into an old house, and they have been for years and years. They have been over the span of 9 children. Yeah, like, okay. So here's a big spoiler, though. There's this one particular scene where he's in need of some money, and he can't, somebody actually steals the money. I won't spoil that, because that's quite interesting for the film. But he needs this $8,000 because it's basically the money that his company has. He's got a building and loan company. Loans out money so that people can build houses. Well, somebody takes that money. First takes it accidentally, but then decides to keep it. And yeah, so he's going to be basically broke, and then the bank inspector, no, the loan inspector, whatever, there's somebody who comes, I can't remember what he's called, there's somebody who comes to check out their paperwork, and then he doesn't have it all in order because he's missing all the funds for his business. Alright? So that being said, like, yeah, he's flat broke, and he's at the end of his rope. He comes home, he realizes he's got no money, he sees his 9 children all over the house, and his wife who's decorating the tree, and then everything irritates him. Like, his daughter's playing the piano, and she's learning how to play a new song. So the song is just really grating to him, and the son of his is writing an essay, and I should say that this is on Christmas Day or Christmas Eve. But yeah, the son's writing an essay, and he's kind of reading it aloud, and so that's grating to George Bailey's ears. And okay, so all this stuff is going on, right? All of his children are making a racket. One of his children is sick. So then he kind of gets a moment to see, oh my goodness, even though I love my family, I feel just totally shaken up. My world's shaken up because I've lost all my money. I have no money. And then whenever you see that, he begins to fly into a rage, and understandably so, because it feels because he has no money and he can't support himself, he can't support his family, and that's but anyway, another spoiler, but everything works out in the end, and I won't tell you the details about it if you do want to see it, but and it is a good film. But yeah, everything works out in the end, etc. But what's really troubling to me about it is just the fact that even after everything works out, he's gonna have a hard life. He's still getting things together. It's gonna continue to be a hard life. And then most of his life is going to be like what John Lennon said, it's what happens, life's what happens when you're busy making other plans. So, okay, I watched that movie last night, on my birthday, and oh goodness, yeah, it was just to watch it and then see this kind of melancholy tinge to the whole film, even after its conclusion. Was a little rattling, and I watched the film with my girlfriend, and she also was kind of a little bothered by it, I think. Because she asked the kind of thing that I was thinking. She asked out loud to me, well, what's his life going to be like now that he's, now that he's square, now that the money's taken care of, what's his life going to be like? And yeah, it's going to be like what it was before. It's going to be hard. It's going to be 9 children, and 9 children and a wife, and a drafty old house. But the message of the movie is gratitude. So he has to learn to live with the situation and kind of learn to love it and deal with it. And I think that that's an important message, and it is always super hard for me, and I guess for anybody, to really feel grateful for what you have and where you are. But, it's the new year, and I'm 30 now, and I really think that that's what I want to try to do, is to be grateful for what I have, and to, And there's another quote in there, just as a spoiler. George Bailey receives a message. It says, a man who has friends is not a failure. So, one way that he finds a way to live and love and deal with things is that he's got a family, he's got friends, and he's loved by them, and they love him. I said the same thing just there. I meant to say, they love him, he loves them. But anyway, alright, I'm gonna go and stop the video, but Happy New Year to friends and family, and yeah. This is 30.